Now, Wave 31 Storm Tracker Chief Meteorologist Jeff Castle with 31 Triple Doppler.
Well, honestly, with the way the winter weather looks like it's shaping up right now, I'm sure a few people could use a free blanket. They might need to go roll up their sleeves.
Yeah, absolutely. We're not only talking about the snow, we're talking about significant cold that's going to come on in, which is why I'm concerned that regardless of what happens, however much freezing precip we get, whether it's snow or ice, that it may take several days before we thaw out. I don't want to conjure up memories of 2 years ago.
Please don't.
But it's that same sort of thing, just because it is going to be so cold following this. The melting process could be quite slow regardless of how it all turns out. Let's kind of talk about it. Again, we now have 31 alert days for the entirety of the weekend. We are expecting significant snow and ice around the area. There is still a question mark as to what we will see more of here in far north Alabama, as we are kind of on the line where there will be the changeover from one to the other. We are timing this out perhaps as early as Friday night, beginning to see some of this move into the shoals first and then spreading across the area Saturday, and likely not wrapping up until the early part of the day on Sunday. And all of North Alabama and southern Middle Tennessee will experience winter precip the way it is looking right now. Here's kind of the wide view where we're expecting hazardous precipitation out of this, and again, wide reaching. Oklahoma and Texas is where it's going to start. Then it's going to spread through parts of the southeast all the way to the east coast of the U.S. This will be a varied storm in terms of what sort of winter precip it's going to bring. The northern part of it will bring snow. The southern part of it, the setup is going to be favorable for ice, either in the form of freezing rain and or sleet at times. And notice where North Alabama lies. We're right in the overlap here, so it's going to be a very close call between where we see significant accumulating snow and where we could see some significant icing take place. And it's possible we get a mix of all that. We may have a little snow at times, perhaps changing over to some icy weather, and then back to snow as it all wraps up. The bottom line is it is just looking like a mess. And what is scary is that when we look at the long-term data, these computer models you hear us talking about, extremely consistent. A lot of times with these weather situations, from one run to the next, it goes back and forth. That's not been the case. Two models that we look at primarily, one says primarily snow, one says primarily ice, so we are still a bit uncertain as to how that will all break down. And again, it's because we're right on the border where that changeover will happen. We do know there's going to be an Arctic blast. We do know there is going to be a winter storm moving on through. But again, still some questions as to just how much of each precip type we will get in any one location. We are going to follow it up, though, with bitterly cold air. This is the temperature outlook heading into the end of the weekend and through the first half of next week. Strong signal is going to be colder than average. I've seen some numbers for low temperatures, perhaps as low as single digits. A lot of that will depend on snowpack. And if we end up with that being significant, certainly that is a possibility. We could see temperatures go that low. And again, that's going to delay the melting process around here, which is why we're concerned that this will be quite high impact for maybe even a few days after the precip has ended. There's nothing currently out there. We do have one little system coming through tomorrow that I do want to touch on because we will see some rain out of it. Clear skies early on tonight. Clouds will start rolling in late. We'll see those clouds stick around tomorrow, and then here we go after the lunch hour. We will be picking up some rainfall. This will be relatively low impact, light, maybe a couple pockets of moderate rain through tomorrow afternoon. And then this will mostly wind down heading into Wednesday night with perhaps a slim shower chance holding on in a few spots into Thursday. But otherwise, things will be quiet once that comes and goes as we await whatever this winter storm throws at us for the weekend. Tonight, not as cold, but we'll still dip back into the 20s with some clouds late. Do expect some rain tomorrow with temperatures back up around the 50-degree mark. 52 on Thursday. We start to cool Friday into the mid-40s. And then there you go. Your eyes are drawn to the weekend, not just because I have it highlighted in red, but because of that ugly little icon there. That's your wintry mix. Again, snow, sleet, freezing rain, all a possibility. Temperatures hovering near or just below freezing throughout the weekend. And then look at that. It stays quite cold as we head into next week.
Alrighty.